In this video, we're going to take another look at section 2.1, your homework assignment number 10. In this section, we're going to be looking at literal equations. Sometimes these are called formulas, and you'll recognize some of these. Problem number 1, we have the formula A equal pi r squared. Now you notice the way it's given to us, we're solving for A equal. The problem is going to ask us to solve for pi, and that's what you're going to be looking for. You're going to take this formula and you're going to move it around from right to left by multiply, divide, add, or subtract until you get this quantity, in this case pi, by itself. Now the first thing I'm going to look for in my problem is I'm going to find pi. Well, here it is on the right side. Now I need to get that pi by itself. There's nothing added or subtracted, but there is something multiplied to pi. The opposite of multiplying, or to get rid of something being multiplied, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by r squared, and now that's going to leave me pi equal a over r squared. And when I have that quantity, pi, by itself, used only one time, that will be the answer for my problem. Problem number 2, A equal P plus PRT. I want to solve for R. And the first thing I'm going to do is locate the term that has the R. I'm going to get that term by itself, PRT. So to do that, I'm going to take this P on the right side and move it to the left, so the sign will change, A minus P. Now again, I'm looking for this R. When I see the R, I see that it's multiplied by P and multiplied by T. Now to get rid of something being multiplied, you divide. So I'm going to multiply both sides by PT. They'll divide out on that right side, leaving R, and that'll equal A minus P over PT. Problem number 3, AX plus BY equals C. We've worked this one. We want to solve for Y. We did this when we were putting an equation in slope-intercept form. Here's my Y in that term. So I'm going to move the AX to the other side, and when I do, it'll become negative AX. Then to get Y by itself, I'm going to divide by B. So I have Y equal negative AX plus C over B. Problem number 4, I need to get R cubed by itself. Now, when I see this fraction, the first thing I think I'll do is get rid of the fraction. I do not want it over here. Now remember, to get rid of a fraction, you multiply by its reciprocal. So if I multiply both sides of this equation by the reciprocal, I have 3/4 V equal, these divide out, pi r cubed. Now I need to divide to get rid of the pi. So if I divide the right side by pi, I'm going to divide the left side by pi. And really what I'm doing is dividing this V by pi. So now I'll have r cubed equal 3V over 4 pi. Problem number 5, 2W plus 2H plus L equals P, and we want to solve for W. We have one term with a W, so we're going to move everything else to the other side, minus 2H minus 1. Then we need to divide by 2, so we'll have W equal, the 2's divide out, P minus 2H minus 1, all divided by 2. In problem number 6, we need to solve for Y. 3Y equal, let's move the 9x to the other side, and it'll be negative 9x plus 15. We'll divide everything by 3. Now in this one, you're going to notice that 3 will divide into 9, and 3 will divide into 15. So since it divides into both, we will reduce. 3 into negative 9 becomes negative 3x. 3 into positive 15 becomes positive 5y. Alright, problem number 7 and A look very much alike, but the difference is going to be what we're solving for. In problem number 7, I'm solving for n, and I only have one term that has an n. So I'm going to get that by itself. Now, since that's a negative np, I'm going to move the negative np to the other side, and it'll become a positive. You know as well as I do that we just have fewer problems when we work with positive numbers. Now, to get n by itself, I need to get rid of p, so I'm going to divide both sides by p. And that'll leave me n equals p minus q divided by p. Now, I don't divide by p because p will divide into p but not into q. Now, number 8 is the same problem, but we're solving for p. Now, pay close attention to this. Since you see p 2 times, you have got to get that consolidated down to one appearance. And if you notice, you can take out a common factor of p. If you take this p out, we have a placeholder 1. If you take the p out in the second term, you have a placeholder negative n. Now, to check this, multiply back out. P times 1 is p. P times negative n is negative np, so we have the equivalent. Now, I want to get p by itself. Since I'm multiplying, I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to divide. And I have p equal q over 1 minus n. Now, anytime that letter you're solving for appears twice, you're going to remove that as a common factor every time. This is section 2.1, the completion of assignment number 10.